So we need to have a look at the opportunity filters to get the best deal, and I'll show you what it means. On the other side, you have your terms that you're not negotiable. You know what? These are things like your interest rates. How you're going to settle? Do you make an offer subject to X, Y, and Z? You've got to get your terms from down pat. So we can help you with both of those. And the third thing is obviously you need network support. Now, tax consultant, financial planners, property, property group, Justin, Met, and Jake. So you need a support group to help you find the right property. Any questions before I just go through? Questions?
There is 35,000 new apartments coming on the Melbourne market, record number. In the last 10 years, basically, most of those new apartments are performed poorly. Do you reckon you're going to get that good capital growth out of your
That's a very relevant point. I was reading something the other day where they said the best growth is in, and I'll show you that radius in a second, the best growth is in house and land, because obviously that's where the land is. A certain radius from Melbourne, they said second-hand units and townhouses, and then your apartments. Now, if there's an oversupply of apartments in a certain area, it's like the CBD, there's an issue there because there's too many apartments. If you get the right suburb of apartments, but again, it could be that chair. Anything could be a wealth creation view. It's what you're comfortable with. A lot of people have a tax problem, so they need that new property to offset, to help them pay. So I take the point. Apartments are not our preference. We go for house and land first. And this is some of the criteria we look at. So the first thing is the history. The first thing is the history. What has been the past capital growth rate? You know the rule of 72 I was talking about before? That is number one, that's gold. The second thing is what's the population growth to the area? What do you think Shepparton's doing at the moment? Does anyone know? Anyone know? I've personally, when you say a few mistakes, you know, I always thought you had to look after your properties and drive past them and punch the tenant in the head if they're doing the wrong thing. And I put a lot of my wealth into Shepparton. Unfortunately, Shepparton's been pretty stagnant. It's actually gone backwards. So if it doesn't tick your criteria, it falls out of the field. So population growth, we need to know that. And this is all relevant information that from the Bureau of Statistics, we can get it on any suburb. Residential vacancy rates. So you don't want to buy something that, you know, we're talking about emotional intelligence. I bought a property, I walked in, and magnificent ocean views, and I thought this is magic. Was I thinking like an investor? How do you think I was thinking? How do you think I was thinking? I was thinking about myself, wasn't I? I got intoxicated that night, I think. So what I was thinking about was the ocean views. I wasn't thinking about the return on investment. I wasn't thinking about my vacancy rates. The last time we went to see it's 25 floors up, magnificent property. There was a cat inside. I don't know where the cat does its business. There was a cat inside. So it's not doing really well down there. But anyway, it's got nice views. It's got to have established and planned infrastructure. You see some of these cities in Melbourne, they're just, you know, Bunnings are coming in and Masters, and they're just, these towns are just outside of Melbourne. Where is that car wash? Mernda, one of the fastest growing areas in Melbourne. Just turning into super cities. The price that we select has to be, you don't want to be on the top end of the price market, because if there is a change in the cycle, you're going to cop it first, so you want to be in that medium price range. The rental yield's got to be stronger than 4.5%. And just going back to what I was saying before, Travis, it needs to be tax effective. You know, your criteria might be completely different. And then we look at the client's emotional risk and tolerance. It's no good me saying if you've got a house in Shepparton worth 200 grand and I turn up with a property that's worth $1 million and say, come and invest in this, but you're going to not be able to vote with. So we look at what that person's risk tolerance is. Now, I'll show you how important it is getting it right. So, a 3% difference in capital growth. So if you get it right versus you get it wrong, means 185,000 value over 10 years to your property. 3%. And over 15 years it means 400,000. So it looks a little bit like this. How am I going for time? It looks a little bit like this. Much like that lady that put $1 million into her super fund retirement, and her cost of living was $60,000 a year, and she was making $60,000 a year. Isn't that financial independence? When you're making $60,000 a year and you're spending $60,000 a year, and next year you turn up and you get the same amount, you're financially free. You know, in a lot of cases we set the goal for $1 million, or whatever your goal is, it doesn't matter, but in cases we've set goals for $1 million, and now they're going for their $2 million. That's pretty exciting. So when X meets Y, that's when you are financially free. When you've got enough money where you can hang up the boots, you don't have to work with these, and the money's still dropping in, you are financially free. Now, I apologise for this. I noticed I was looking at two different graphs, and I grabbed the old graph instead of the new one. You can see the old one. And the chap said that this to me in Melbourne, the old timeline. I've never paid too much for property. I just bought it too soon. He had 147 properties. 147 properties. I don't even know how you can accumulate that. You know, in the early days, you're paying 40 grand for those properties on the outer suburbs. But as I say, this is done over 800%. Now, will it keep going? The demand. Melbourne's one of the fastest growing cities, so I think it will for at least a good 10 years. Because of low interest rates, the Chinese dollar, they're buying everything they can. You know, I think it's pretty strong for a long time. There's a good influx of migrants maybe, and all these things will. So incredible returns. So people, what are you doing sitting on the sidelines? You need to get in and have a go. There's a couple of properties that we've done recently. That's stage 3. This is only one stage, so the property goes. That's Ascot Vale, all those areas. Kensington. This is another one that we're looking at. Preston, we like this because it has. We're only talking low rises, low body corporate, and this one has views to the city. If I can do this, it's trying to be a bit tricky. All right, so I'll show you how we look for properties. Now, please, if there's any questions, you know, I'm happy to sort of. I still haven't told you how to pay zero tax. I'm going to tell you that in a second, but feel free. So we run the properties through our filter, and we come up with investment opportunities. So this is a new thing that we're doing. So basically, we research a number of properties. We can show you or educate you how we critique the properties. You know, I'd like to think my 30 years experience and a few of the guys account for something, and we present you with at least 24 opportunities for the year. And that way you can say, oh, I understand what they're looking at. If nothing else, it's going to help you understand. We're not saying buy or don't buy. We're saying this is the criteria. These areas match this criteria. Here's an opportunity. So we said, how much is this going to cost? We've got websites, we've got our time. So we thought normally $950. We thought, let's just get the thing going. If people are keen, you know, we've had quite a bit of interest within our firm. So we put it down there. If you are interested, we've done it for about $250 just to get things going and see how it all goes. Let's see if we get a property cost happening. So in summary, before I go back to rules I'm going to show you before, it's either property or shares. And I love both. I have probably 80% of my wealth in property because the banker understands it. If it burns down, I get a new one. Providing my accounts pay the insurance. If the tenant trashes the joint, I get it fixed from insurance. So they're the two major risks. It gives me cash flow, it appreciates in value. You know, at the end of the day, I don't need very much time. You know, I probably leverage a heap of properties with about 10 hours a month. So I'm leveraging my time, and I'm leveraging my money. I'm using the bank's money, my deposits, to try and create wealth. If I sell one of those properties, I only pay tax on 50% of the profit that I make. I can take my equity or my capital off the table tax-free, and I can go on to my next investment. So I recycle my money. So I don't have to save another 50 grand and go again. Hopefully I've got that clear. That's very important. And it's the perfect investment for superannuation. No one's tired of listening to me. It's not easy listening for an hour and a half. I'll just finish off on, I promised you zero tax. So this is what we do. This is legitimate. It's not a shocking deal. We have a company. We have a super fund. The company pays 30 cents. The individual pays 45 cents. The super fund pays 15 cents. So do you think it'd be not a bad idea that we shave this 45 cents plus Medicare down to 15 cents? So that's what we do. We say super is an option for you. Then we invest via a bear trust when there's enough money into super, into property. Now, I've explained to you the rule of 72. If that property goes from 0 to 10 years, if it gets 7%, it'll double in 10 years. So let's say I paid 400 grand for that property, and I've used 100,000 of my super, and I've borrowed 300. You can't borrow through super. We employ a bear trust in there so that we get over that hurdle. So the value today is 400,000. In 10 years' time, God willing, it'll be worth 800,000. Do I pay any tax on it? Made $400,000. What do you think? Well, everyone's brain dead. 15%? That's good effort. It's actually, you get 1/3 off, so it's 10 cents. It's 10 cents. And you pay 10 cents on the profit. However, if you're at age 55, 60, 55, you can start an allocated pension. 60, it's tax-free. 55 to 60, you pay some tax. We'll say age 60 or 55 to 60. You sell that property, you start your pension first, and you sell that property, you will pay 0% on that wealth. Not one razoo. Is this a no-brainer, or I thought they were least excited? When it is tax. It is tax. I understand that. I'm just giving you zero tax. Create wealth. You know the tax. So Tony doesn't get his grubby little hands on 1 cent. So if you buy property in your super fund, you start your pension first, you sell that property, there's no tax. Now, how long this loophole will go for, I don't know. We're talking about the jury's out on negative gearing, what I'm talking about tonight. But usually what happens is they grandfather, they draw a line in the sand and they say anyone who's in is in, anyone from this point on, we're going to change the rules. So loopholes in the tax system, you've got to know them, you've got to understand. I'll just finish off before I go to that map. A little story about the neighbour's dog. The neighbour's dog was sitting there, and the neighbour was having a beer, they were sitting on the porch, and the dog had his eyes closed, but it was growling. He said, "What's wrong with your bloody dog?" He said, "He's sleeping on the nail." I said, "Well, why doesn't he move?" He said, "It's not hurting him enough." And I think a lot of people in business are very comfortable on that nail. And I think unless it hurts you, it wasn't hurting your dogs. Unless it's hurting you enough, you're not going to change. You need to change things. So on that, I just want to show you this. Software partners makes no money. As financial planners, whatever we do, we sell our strategies. We have a property group. They make money on the properties that basically get sold. There's no doubt about it. And we're quite transparent with any money that is made from the property group. As financial planners, as you may not know, the laws have changed where we have to put anything and everything on the table. There's no secret commissions or banks or whatever the case may be. Yes, financial planners get paid for creating wealth. There's no doubt about it. But the reason we're doing this is, yes, we're financial planners, but we're passionate about it. And this is something that I do every day. So we can either come to you with a tax return at the end of the year and say, sign here and get tax saving, or we can come up with strategies for you to save your tax. And that's what I was showing before, because basically at the end of the day, you get a tax return, and on your tax return will have income. It could be a wage from your company or a wage from a different party, and you get dollars. Let's say that is $70,000. Because we can claim depreciation on the building, we claim depreciation on the light fittings, the fixtures, all that comes off along with your interest. So what happens with your rental property, it's what we call negative geared. So on paper, it shows up as a loss. So let's say it might be a $15,000 loss. So instead of you paying tax on $70,000, you're paying tax on $55,000. Now that difference, that refund that you're going to get, because you've already paid tax at that level, you should have paid tax at that level. We're going to give you that refund in your hand each week. So that refund, plus the 10, is what's holding 85% of the property. You've got to come up with 15%. As tax consultants, there is a crossover because we're real estate financial planners, tax consultants. But as tax consultants, we've been doing this for years. How many properties have we sold? We've been the same advice. But I just wanted to see if this works. Okay. So the Golden Mile is a 10-kilometre radius from the city. So you can use this tool through Google, so it tells you how many kilometres. Anything that fits in there, you can see that one that I've picked before, so you've heard of Northcote, Preston. It's just on that cusp of 10 k's. That's why it's coming to our criteria. It fits our criteria in terms of, because what's going to drive, besides land, because there's no land in the CBD, so there's not a lot, is population wanting to be in that area. So where there's infrastructure, population, that's where the best growth is going to be. So you've got a lot of choice there. Kensington has views to the city. Everyone's talking about Kensington lately. We came across another investment in Caulfield, which is out of the 10k radius, but they're building apartments in the Caulfield racecourse track. So they've cleared land around the $800,000. But that's unique. Caulfield, it's where all Jewish people live. It's where there's a lot of money. So there's another area here, this chap that I mentioned to you before. A lot of people know Point Cook. Point Cook was